Hello from Who Died Today America, and welcome back to our channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars whom we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Alice Stewart, a respected political commentator for CNN and a veteran political advisor, has passed away at the age of 58. Her body was found early Saturday morning in the Bellevue neighborhood of Northern Virginia, with law enforcement suspecting a medical emergency led to her passing. Throughout her career, she was known for her deep involvement in several high-profile GOP presidential campaigns and her subsequent role as a key commentator on CNN. Her insights into American politics made her a cherished figure both among colleagues and viewers nationwide. Born on March 11, 1966 in Atlanta, Georgia, she began her journalistic career in her home state before moving to Little Rock, Arkansas, where she made significant strides as a news anchor. Her sharp acumen in political communications was further solidified through her roles as communications director for Mike Huckabee during his 2008 presidential run, as well as for other notable Republican figures including Michelle Bachmann, Rick Santorum, and Ted Cruz. In 2016, she transitioned to a new role at CNN as a political commentator, bringing her unique conservative yet balanced perspective to the network's coverage. Her ability to articulate complex political issues with clarity and candor made her a valuable asset to CNN's political analysis, especially during the tumultuous election cycles of recent years. Tributes from colleagues have poured in, highlighting her professionalism and warmth. CNN CEO Mark Thompson expressed profound sadness over the loss, emphasizing her role as a political veteran and an Emmy Award-winning journalist who brought an incomparable spark to CNN's coverage. Alice Stewart is survived by her family, friends, and a legacy of journalistic integrity and political insight that enriched the public discourse. She will be remembered not only for her contributions to political commentary, but also for her spirited dedication to informing and engaging the American public. Roxanne Rosedale, known simply as Roxanne, the celebrated game show assistant from the 1950s hit Beat the Clock, has passed away at age 95. She passed away in an assisted care facility in Minneapolis, as confirmed by her daughter, Ann Roddy. Born on March 20, 1929 in Minneapolis, she captivated audiences with her charisma and elegance. After placing second in the Miss Minneapolis beauty pageant in 1947, she embarked on a modeling career with the Harry Conover Agency and studied acting at the Actors Studio under Lee Strasberg. Her television career began alongside Bud Collyer on the CBS game show Winner Take All in 1948. When that show ended, they transitioned to Beat the Clock, where she became a household name from 1950 until she left the show in 1955 to start a family. Her role involved interacting with contestants, managing props, and presenting prizes, which made her a beloved TV personality. Her influence extended into pop culture, with Roxanne dolls created in her likeness, featuring a tiny camera and a Beat the Clock tag, becoming a coveted item among fans. Aside from her game show fame, she appeared in the CBS drama Casey, Crime Photographer, and the syndicated Broadway television theater. She also acted in The 7-Year Itch and The Young Don't Cry. After leaving television, she returned to Minnesota to work for a furrier and continued modeling. She later moved to Palo Alto, California. Roxanne and her first husband, Tom Roddy, had 5 children before their divorce in 1979. She remarried to Minneapolis lawyer and judge Stanley Shandling, survived by her children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and sister, Kitty. Roxanne's legacy as a pioneer in television and a beacon of charm and grace remains cherished by those who knew her, and the many fans who adored her. Diane Ford, a revered figure in stand-up comedy known for her appearances on HBO specials and A&E's An Evening at the Improv, has passed away at the age of 68. Starting her career in comedy, she quickly became a staple on the stand-up scene, performing 13 times on Fox's Comic Strip Live and making 8 appearances on Jerry Lewis's Labor Day telethon for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Her talent also shone on HBO, where she starred in Women of the Night 2 in 1988 and Command Performance in 1990, in addition to episodes of One Night Stand in the early 90s. She also graced the stage of Evening at the Improv 13 times and had 3 shows recorded for the BBC. In 1994, she expanded her repertoire to include television writing, contributing an episode to the hit sitcom Home Improvement. Her involvement in the show was influenced by Tim Allen, a fellow comedian, who considered Ford a contemporary who was not afraid to speak her mind. In an interview with Bon Appetit magazine, Allen mentioned Ford as one of the comedians he would invite to dinner for her honest and forthright nature. Born on September 4, 1955 in Waseca, Minnesota, she faced significant personal challenges early in life, losing her parents in a car accident at 14. This tragedy, she believed, shaped much of her comedic perspective, allowing her to use humor as a way to process and cope with life's difficulties. Ford received multiple nominations at the American Comedy Awards and was a beloved figure in Las Vegas, where she headlined her own show. Survivors include her husband John, stepsons Rhett and Travis, and several grandchildren. Barbara Fuller, a distinguished actress celebrated for her extensive work in radio, film, and television, passed away at the age of 102. Her most iconic role was Claudia Barber in the long-running radio soap opera One Man's Family, set in San Francisco. Created by Carlton E. Morse, the show aired from 1945 to 1959, with she joining a few years after its debut and remaining until the series concluded. Her portrayal of Claudia, a complex character navigating family dynamics, made her a beloved figure in American homes. In 1949, she transitioned to the silver screen with Republic Pictures. During her one-year contract, she starred in 13 films, including The Red Menace, a noir reflecting the era's anti-communism, and Alias the Champ, featuring the wrestler Gorgeous George. These roles showcased her versatility and helped cement her status in the entertainment industry. She also left a mark on television, notably in the 1953 Adventures of Superman episode titled Crime Wave. She played a character entangled with a criminal mastermind, inadvertently capturing Clark Kent's transformation into Superman on film, adding a layer of intrigue to the popular series. Born in July 1921 in Nahant, Massachusetts, she moved frequently throughout her childhood after her father's death when she was 3. Her acting career began in Chicago, where her mother's employment at a radio station opened doors to early roles in radio dramas. This exposure eventually led to her significant break in California, facilitated by a recommendation from future Oscar-winning actress Mercedes McCambridge. Barbara Fuller's career spanned several decades, during which she brought numerous memorable characters to life across different media. Her contributions to entertainment have left an everlasting mark on the industry, celebrated by colleagues and fans alike. Gloria Strouk, a seasoned actress recognized for her roles in television and film, passed away at the age of 99 due to natural causes. She died in Tucson, Arizona, according to her daughter Kate Stern. Her career was marked by her memorable portrayal of Maggie, the secretary to Rock Hudson's character in the NBC series Macmillan and Wife, during its final 3 seasons from 1974 to 1977. Her performance on screen was complemented by notable appearances in films such as The Day of the Locust, 1975, Fun with Dick and Jane, 1977, and The Competition, 1980, showcasing her versatility and depth as an actress. Born in Manhattan on July 10, 1924, Gloria Jane Strouk grew up immersed in the arts, with a father who owned a leading theatrical costume company and a mother who was a fashion designer. Her early exposure to the entertainment world led to a robust career that began on Broadway in 1945. Throughout her life, she also graced various TV anthology shows and was a model featured in prominent magazines. Married to Leonard B. Stern, an Emmy-winning writer-producer from 1956 until his death in 2011, she was deeply embedded in the creative community. Her sister, Geraldine Brooks, was also a celebrated actress, adding to the family's artistic legacy. Her contributions to the arts were not confined to acting. She was also an accomplished playwright and sculptor. Her memoir, Cast of Characters, was published when she was 93, and her sculpting work was exhibited when she was 95. Described by her family as an elegant and gracious woman with a love for singing and dark chocolate, her legacy is carried on by her son Michael Stern, an Emmy-nominated film editor, her daughter Kate, and her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Mark Damon, a pioneering figure in the independent film industry and a former actor known for his roles in classic films and Italian westerns, passed away at the age of 91 in Los Angeles. His wife announced his passing, noting that his contributions to cinema stretched across both performing and producing. His acting career was marked by early acclaim when he won the Golden Globe for Most Promising Newcomer for his performance in Roger Corman's 1960 film, House of Usher. He further established his acting credentials in Europe, starring in numerous spaghetti westerns and other films like Johnny Yuma and Black Sabbath, directed by Mario Bava. Born Alan Harris in Chicago, his journey in the film industry was as dynamic as it was influential. After earning an MBA at UCLA, he relocated to Rome, initiating a prolific acting phase. Upon returning to the U.S., he transitioned to the business side of cinema by founding the Producers Sales Organization. This company was instrumental in shaping the modern landscape of film distribution by using foreign contracts as collateral, a practice he helped innovate. His impact extended through his key role in establishing the American film market and the Independent Film and Television Alliance, critical platforms for independent film sales and distribution. His company, Producers Sales Organization, was notably involved in the distribution of Never Say Never Again, a unique James Bond film distributed independently. Throughout his career, he produced or executive produced over 70 films. His credits include influential titles such as The Never-Ending Story, Das Boot, Short Circuit, and The Lost Boys. He also had a hand in producing Monster, a biopic that earned Charlize Theron an Oscar. His life's work significantly shaped both the artistic and operational contours of cinema, bridging the old charm of classic film with the modern dynamics of international film business. Breaking news of the day. News 1. New York City police have apprehended Clifton Williams, the suspect in the recent attack on actor Steve Buscemi. The incident, part of a worrying trend of street violence, occurred on May 8 when Williams allegedly struck Buscemi without provocation. The arrest was made at the 10th Precinct in Manhattan's Chelsea neighborhood, where Williams, 50, was attempting to file a report for stolen property. Recognizing him from earlier alerts, officers detained Williams, linking him to this and another assault that occurred minutes earlier on the same day. Williams faces charges on 2 counts of assault. The attack on Buscemi, who is 66 and thus considered a senior, is classified as a felony, highlighting the serious nature of the offense. The incident was captured on video, showing Williams engaging in erratic behavior moments before assaulting Buscemi, a beloved Brooklyn native and former FDNY firefighter. Buscemi sustained injuries to his left eye and received treatment at Bellevue Hospital. He has since been released and is recovering at home. This attack is part of an unsettling rise in violent incidents in the city, prompting concerns about public safety among residents and visitors alike. The NYPD reports a significant increase in both felony and misdemeanor assaults this year, underscoring the urgency of addressing this surge in violence. News 2. Cindy Crawford, renowned supermodel, recently opened up about the profound grief and survivor's guilt she and her sisters experienced following the death of their younger brother Jeff, who succumbed to leukemia as a child. In a heartfelt disclosure on the Kelly Corrigan Wonders About Your Mother podcast, Crawford shared insights into her family's struggle during her brother's illness and their journey through grief. Crawford, who was 8 when her brother was diagnosed, described the immense challenges her family faced, highlighting the different ways her parents coped with the tragedy. Her father returned to work shortly after Jeff's death, while her mother engaged deeply with her grief, attending death and dying courses and leaning on her faith. The model also spoke about the distinct pain of survivor's guilt that haunted her and her sisters, confessing that they often felt it should have been one of them instead. This emotional burden was compounded by their father's desire for a son, which intensified their feelings of guilt. Now a mother herself, Crawford expressed how becoming a parent gave her new perspectives on her mother's resilience. She shared a poignant moment when she sought advice from her mother on how to navigate the potential loss of a child, illustrating the enduring impact of such a profound loss on her family dynamics. Cindy Crawford continues to navigate her past experiences with grace and advocates for openness in discussing grief and loss, providing a voice for those who may feel isolated in their sorrow.